Can you get ripped by sleeping more? Well, sleep is a valuable part of recovery. As we know that's the number one part of recovery, but it drives results. It is a stress reliever. It's a way that we get into our anabolic state of building back up. So sleep is super powerful if we want to maximize our gains, if we want to lose fat, if we want to build muscle. So anabolic, right? Anabolic steroids. People want to take steroids. Well, what enhances their muscle and what enhances their results when they take anabolic steroids? It's the anabolic, it's the building. When do you build? When you sleep, when you eat. So how do you use your sleep to get more results in the gym and get better physique results, lose fat, build more muscle? Well, if you can maximize your sleep, if you can get better quality sleep, your hormones are going to be regulated. You're going to regenerate that tissue that you might have broken down by doing a heavy lifting session. And you're going to decrease stress and lower cortisol and lower these other hormones that will block you from losing the fat. So you'll be in better balance and be ready to go. So what are some things that I would recommend? What are some things that I've done that have enhanced my results by focusing on sleep and recovery? I've talked a lot about recovery. There's tons of videos that I've made on it, but just talking about sleep in general, if we want to then take it and then go into, okay, well, what are some of the other things that I've done to help maximize sleep and to get the results versus trying to do more in the gym or do more cardio to lose fat and get ripped? What have I done with the sleep thing? So I've prioritized sleep. That might be by taking a nap. That might be by getting to bed earlier. They've done studies and it shows if you get to bed earlier before 10, it's better than if you get the same amount of sleep after 10. So that's another time, trying to get to bed earlier, getting better quality of sleep. So getting things dark in your room, super dark, maximizing the temperature. So I sleep better when it's cold. Most people sleep better when it's cold. Your body needs to be warm, but you want the temperature in the room to be cold. There's something called like the chili pad and 8 Sleep that can cool down and heat up depending on where you're on. So there's tools like that. I don't use any of those. I just use the blanket that I use is a weighted blanket. For me, I just like the feeling. It feels like a nice hug, but that helps me maximize sleep. I've talked about the supplement ZMA. I use that, and that is just zinc, magnesium, and B vitamins. And that's, if you don't like crazy dreams, if you don't like vivid dreams, I've been used to them. I've had them my whole life. So that doesn't really make that big of an effect for me. But some people, I know someone who took it and could not handle the dreams. So that's another supplement that's supposed to maximize your deep sleep and REM sleep components, so you get more out of the hours that you sleep. So if you're someone that doesn't sleep a lot because of your job or because of your lifestyle, you might consider taking ZMA. I'm not recommending it. I'm just saying you can look into that and see, or try it for yourself and find out. But there's supplements that you can take. There's all sorts of different things. I'm just talking about what I do. But dark room, cold room, winding down, making sure that you're using lights that are lower. One of the things that they talked about is using lights that are not like these lights up above me, lower than your eye level. So lower than you, putting on lamps instead of using the ceiling lights. That helps as well. But toning the lights down, toning your electronics down before you get into sleep so that you ease into sleep, and then keeping the room dark so that you can, again, fall into that deeper level of sleep and the light doesn't wake you up. Using blue blocker glasses. Okay, these are things that I do. I use blue blocker glasses if I am going to watch TV, watch a show, watch something on my computer, or use my computer and do some writing or something like that. I'll use blue blockers, or I'll use it's called a program called Flux, and it's you can get it for your computer where it will get rid of the blue light on your computer so that the blue light is what kind of wakes you up, and it's in all of our electronics and in all of our things that we use, TVs and stuff like that. But if you get rid of the blue light and more red wave light, that is going to be easier for you to then fall into sleep. I've noticed that myself when I wear my blue blockers and when I use that app, I tend to get more groggy and fall asleep quicker than when I don't. So again, that's for me. Another thing that I do is that weighted blanket. Another thing that I do is what else did I do? Sleep wise, that. If anything else comes up, I'll say it in the video, but I wanted to talk about other components that help maximize sleep, but maximize recovery and get you to that goal of getting more ripped, losing fat, building muscle. I focus more on intensity in the gym versus duration and volume. So I don't spend as much time in the gym, especially because if time means I'm gonna not sleep as much because I've got too much things going on, I won't work out as often, right? So I only work out 2 times a week, but maybe it'll be once a week because I need to prioritize some sleep. Or I will spend less time in the gym, decrease the volume, decrease the number of exercises that I do, but focus on that intensity, drive the intensity up, get in, get out of the gym. I'll focus on my nutrition. I'll focus more on my nutrition, eating healthier foods and making sure that I get the nutrition that I need so that when I am sleeping, I am building and I'm building everything back because I have all those vitamins, minerals, the amino acids from the protein that I can then do the things that sleep is trying to do, repair while I'm sleeping. So I want to maximize that time with the amount of nutrition. I want to decrease stress. If I am more stressed, if I'm in my own head, it's going to be harder for me to sleep. So that means that I'm going to have to do things like massage and meditation and prayer and maybe doing things like cold exposure to deal with stress, therapy, talking to people, calling someone, working through my problems. Those things will allow me to then fall asleep easier, get deeper sleep because I'm not in my head. By the end of the day, I'm like, man, I didn't do this. I didn't let this off my chest. I'm holding on to resentments or whatever it might be. That can be writing. I do a ton of writing as well, and that helps me de-stress. So increasing the quality of your nutrition, increasing the quality of your gym session versus the quantity, the amount that you're doing in the gym, shortening it up and going after that intensity, that burn, really going after the intensity. I've made videos on this as well, but those two things go hand in hand with then getting the recovery. And it might be you need to take a nap, right? If you have the time. For me, that's something that helps because if I don't get enough sleep at night and I wake up early and I'm going, I need a reset. And it can be as simple as I've been taking these like little tiny power naps where I lay down and I might be in bed for 30 minutes, but I only get maybe 5 minutes of sleep. I go wake up and I'm refreshed. So not always do I need that 2 hours. Sometimes I only have time for 30 minutes to lay down. And then I actually close my eyes for 5 minutes. I wake up, I feel like I got a good amount of sleep, but it was only like 4 or 5 minutes. And so those little moments can really help you. Same thing with meditation. A 2-minute meditation, a 5-minute meditation can energize you and reset things for the rest of your day. But getting to bed earlier, I think that's a huge thing. If you can't do that, thinking about some of these supplements or making sure that you put stress relief as a huge priority in your life. The nutrition, of course, is going to be essential. I've talked about the supplement ZMA. There's tons of other supplements that aid with sleep. I'm not going to talk about any ones that I don't do myself because I don't know any other ones. But with a lot of times we think we're going to need to get ripped by doing more cardio. And maybe I should have mentioned this at the beginning, but I find that doesn't necessarily work. It can work in the short term, but for me, it just stresses me out. It's another thing on my list that I have to do. It adds stress to my week. It takes away time for myself. I notice when I de-stress, again, this is me, JD. When I de-stress, when I focus on recovery, when I focus on sleep, when I focus on nutrition, that's when I have the lowest body fat percentage because my stress is down, the hormones aren't blocking me from losing that fat, and I'm able to maximize the muscle that I'm building when I do hit the gym hard and then I can get home and recover, and my body and my mind are in a much more balanced state that can get me that anabolic, can get me into that recovery phase while I'm sleeping to repair, and then I can go back out and live life. So I decrease the amount of cardio. I don't do more cardio if I want to get ripped because I feel like cardio should be something that's fun and engaging and that should add to your life. And if it's something that you have to check off your list because you want to burn fat to lose weight or to get ripped, I feel like for me, for JD, it does not add to it. It actually takes it away. So if that's for you, if it's just another thing that's going to add stress to your schedule, and it's really not one of the biggest drivers of getting ripped, your nutrition, your diet, your recovery, and the amount of intensity that you put into your workout sessions, those are the big drivers. I've made videos about the mechanical efficiency, the neuromuscular efficiency, and the metabolic efficiency of steady state cardio activities. It just doesn't work, especially over time. The more you do it, you get more efficient at the activity. Your metabolism will actually slow down to match the amount of calories that you're burning because your body doesn't want to burn calories. Calories means survival. Burning calories means death. So it will slow down those processes to balance it out. It's just simple logic when you think about survival for our body. So unless if you add more time or add more intensity, which is going to increase risk of injury and it's going to increase the time that you spend, you're not going to burn more calories in those bouts of exercise or bouts of cardio. So I recommend focusing in on your diet, especially if you can get better quality nutrition. As we talked about, you get those vitamins, you get minerals. That's going to help you sleep even better, especially those vitamins and minerals, because your body hormones will be like, yes, thank you for giving me what I need so that I can then do my processes when you're sleeping. So for me, that's what I focus on. That's how I get ripped, when I sleep more, when I focus on recovery and I get that quality of sleep with my quality of nutrition. I don't focus on doing more workouts. I do less, but I get that same level of intensity, or I go, hey, I'm only working out once this week. I better maximize that intensity and then get back out and focus on de-stressing and recovering and getting the quality of sleep and getting the quality of nutrition. So that's how you get ripped. If you want to focus on sleep, you can get ripped that way. It's very simple, but if you practice those principles and you put it into action, it will manifest because you're giving your body exactly what you need. And our lives are very stressed. Our lives are always lights on. If you can lower those lights and get into a better quality of sleep, you're going to see those changes in your body because your hormones and your body are ready to rebuild and to do the things that you need to do. That's it for today.